Now, a lot of people don't know much about how films are promoted. We've all seen posters and billboards and things like that, but a great deal of time and art direction was expended on helping the motion picture theaters and helping the exhibitors costume their theaters appropriately to showcase the film that they were playing at the time. A lot of banners and a lot of special buttons and badges for the ushers to wear were produced, and some of the most beautiful artifacts of theater exhibiting are lobby cards. Here's a lobby card from 1960 from Pollyanna's original theatrical release. These are often also called front of house cards because they were generally displayed not in the lobby of the theater, but actually in little glass cases that were outside so people passing by on the street could see just how wonderful the movie that the theater was showing was. This lobby card here shows just why a lot of collectors today really love the Disney lobby cards. They were generally on a little heavier paper stock, and they were printed in a glossy finish, so they looked a little nicer. And also the colors were the true colors of the film. They didn't necessarily have the hand-tinted photos or kind of strangely textured paper that caused the colors to change of a lot of the different studios. And in addition to these colorful lobby cards, theater owners could order all kinds of posters and things to enhance their lobby display. You could get things all the way up to an insert, which is a very long and tall, narrow poster, and the very popular 22 by 28 size, which was a good glossy poster as well. Now this here is called a window card, and as you can see, it's sized to be placed into a shop or a store window, and the empty area up at the top is so that the local theater owner could put what they called a slug that indicated what theater and on which days this film would be showing.
This is a key ad art, as it is called, for the campaign, and almost every publicity item that came out with Pollyanna had this drawing of Haley Mills on it. And it was based on one of the photographs that was done at one of the photo sessions.
The one sheet was a very typical poster size that's still used widely today. The 3 sheet was rather huge, and the 6 sheet was even more enormous. But a 24 sheet is about the size of a freeway billboard, so you can imagine how much display space was devoted to promoting some of these motion pictures.
When the film came out, it was a huge critical success, but it wasn't necessarily a big financial success, not quite what the studio was hoping for, I don't think. They had a real high-quality film. They had a stellar cast. It was a really good dramatic story that was well told, but that wasn't kind of the sort of standard fare that Disney had been doing at the time, and I always felt the marketing department was a little lost.
They knew that there was something interesting here, but because it didn't fit into the normal slot, they couldn't quite figure out what it was, and they thought, how will we market this? What is this that we've got here?
I do remember there was a long discussion about the title. Pollyanna was a legend. In fact, it was considered by a lot of people to be such a saccharine notion, and a lot of people wanted to call it anything but Pollyanna because they believed that the title itself would be off-putting to a lot of people.
Unfortunately, I think the philosophy was that a lot of young boys and men tended to stay away because they thought it might not be a film aimed at them.
The working title was The Glad Game. That isn't a great title either. But Pollyanna is not a title that one rushes out to. Pollyanna at Pearl Harbor might do it. Or Pollyanna Discovers Atlantis. No, that would.
And Walt insisted, no, look, it's a story. Look, this is a story we're telling. Don't tell me to change the title of what we're doing. And he of course, we won that battle.
One of the marketing campaigns tried to really focus on the small town aspects of the movie, and they had this sort of like Peyton Place soap opera type of marketing campaign that just does not match the movie. I mean, here we have Jane Wyman, and the subheading is, "She could open up her pocketbook, but not her heart." Here's Richard Egan, the new doctor in town who made pulses beat a little faster. And there was Kevin Corcoran. Mischief was his middle name. He had no last one. And, Nancy Olson. This is a great one, too, with Nancy Olson. Her love was forbidden. That's why it tasted so sweet.
I've never seen this. The mayor was under someone's thumb until he clenched his fist. Everybody was waiting for her to die, but she was in no hurry. There's a picture I want to see. waiting for Aggie to die.
The other marketing campaign was, "Oh, what a wonderful picture," with a little heart underneath the exclamation point.
Well, it beats Hip Hep Happy Haley. Remember that from Summer Magic? Well, or there's also my favorite line from Castaways, 1,000 thrills and Haley Mills.
They didn't know what to do with this movie, and I think that is unfortunate because I think it's an outstanding film that really more people should have seen.
Of course, the Walt Disney Studio always received a lot of fan mail for all of its stars, but generally the replies were sent out on either stationery or postcards that were appropriate for whatever star or television show had received the actual communication. And in this case here, this is a postcard actually called a fan card, which the Disney Studios guest mail department would send out that would thank people for their interest and perhaps detail where in their hometown the film was going to be showing or answer a specific question. But the fan mail department at the Disney Studio was really something.